I'm building a real hobbit house into a New Zealand hillside, and when this thing is finished, it'll completely disappear into the landscape. Finding some nice river rocks wouldn't be hard at all. I started gathering the big rocks, and then put all our new rocks into a pile. Obviously, we want the bottom layer of our wall to be the sturdiest and made from the biggest rocks, so I'm taking some extra time and care to pick out the perfect stones, and I ran these perfect stones all the way across and glued them together. This mortar is what will give the wall its strength and make it so much more stable than if the rocks were piled up dry. I continued this painfully slow process until the wall was about halfway up, and on the very top I'm trying to find some rocks that make for this really nice natural arc. Next, I'm picking out some of the straightest, nicest looking logs I can find, cutting them to size with a chainsaw, and doing that until we have enough for a front wall. I dug 4 deep and narrow holes that will provide strong grounding for the front wall. Cutting the posts to size, I packed them back in place with rocks and plenty of dirt. Each end, just like I planned, I can secure this down with these big old timber lock screws. The drill's struggling a little, so I might just use it like a screwdriver. For some of these that worked, I'm cutting them to size, marking out exactly how they need to be shaped, and making an angled cut on each one to fit in place. Just like the last one, I cut these boards to size and one by one start screwing them into place, all the way up the wall with 120mm deck screws. It's working well and looks super clean. Now I use the router to carve our curve. This took several passes and broke a few bits, but the cut was so clean. I used the logs like a compass as I made several passes to carve out the door. And for the windows, I did exactly the same thing as I did for the doors. Now it's time to close in the other 2 sides. One side gets a stone wall to match the back, the other gets wood planks to match the front. I also want each plank to go a bit further back into the hill to make things stronger. So first, I need to dig out a little more earth behind the back wall to create a nice shelf for the planks to sit in. These are made to be framing material, so they're super thick and can span the gap. I'll cut each of these to a size that allows for a 20cm overhang, screw them down with a couple big old screws, then move on to the next. Because it looks a little crooked, the more of these supports we have, the better. I cut and placed each of the roof boards, screwed them down, and kept this pattern going until I arrived at the other side. To keep the water out, I spread a roll of pond liner over the entire roof, cut it to fit, and stapled it in place. Then I built angled stone walls on both sides to hold everything back. Because what comes next is the part where this whole thing disappears into the hillside, but that is for the next episode. See you there.